Hello, my name is Melissa. Welcome to the video. Today I am making banana bread, but that's not fun for you to watch, so I'm going to try and do it without a recipe. I will, however, put the recipe down below in case you want to try and make it or you're looking for a banana bread recipe, because I do really love this one. I'm just going to try and do it from my memory. Before you leave, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, all that crazy YouTube stuff, and let's get into the video. Alright, first things first, preheat the oven. I know that one is 350 degrees. So then I'm going to mash my bananas. And it's very important to have really, really ripe bananas. If you don't have super ripe bananas, you can put them in, I think it's like the lowest temperature your oven will go, and cook them and they'll turn brown. Google it. It's a really, really great thing to do if you're craving banana bread and only have normal greeny yellow bananas. Also, another thing I know for sure about the banana bread is the recipe calls for 2 bananas, but our family likes it a little more banana-y, so we always do at least 3. The good thing about super ripe bananas is it doesn't take long to mash them or open them. Fair warning, if you do cook the bananas, they get really slimy and gross, and make sure you put parchment paper or aluminum foil or something down on the pan that you're cooking them in, because if you don't, that pan's gonna just be ruined. Definitely not speaking from experience. So eventually I do plan on having a little bit of like a My Drunk Kitchen-esque series or segment or something on my channel, and just do stuff that I'm normally good at but drunk and with a friend. But we'll see if that ever comes to fruition. You don't have to completely mash the bananas, as they will get really mashed once you're mixing them. However, I don't like chunks in my banana bread, so do depending on what you enjoy. Alright. I also know that I have memorized part of the recipe, and that there are 2 cups of flour, and you add 1 at the beginning and 1 at the end. Apparently, I actually remember this recipe, and this video is going to be boring. Also, generally, you're supposed to spoon the flour into the measuring cup, but this recipe was perfected and crafted with the scooping the flour method, so I'm not going to change it. And then I know we do sugar. I think it's a cup. This is where I'm going to mess it up, isn't it? I'm going to do a cup. Baking powder is next, and I need to remember to buy fresh baking powder because it only lasts for 6 months. This is also just a guess, because I'm pretty sure I always think it's funny that 2 teaspoons of baking powder and then everything else is like a half, I think. And I don't like getting a lot of things dirty, so I generally don't get more than 1 teaspoon out. More than 1 spoon out, so I always just guess. Because I don't have to guess, and I could just use the half teaspoon for everything, but that would be annoying for the baking powder. Alright, I want to make sure this gets nice and mixed together. You could mix it with your hands, but why not use a big stand mixer if you've got it? Alright, this is mixed, and I know now it's time to add milk and bananas. I obviously know the bananas, but I don't know the milk, so I'm just gonna go ahead and say it's like, I think the butter is just a stick. I think that sounds right. I know I always think the milk is like a cup, and then I go look at the recipe and it's like a couple tablespoons maybe. So this is where I'm going to screw it up, isn't it? I think so. Alright, so you're going to put your softened butter. I already softened it as it was sitting on my counter for a while because I always have butter out because I always bake. Then your bananas that are just going to really slime in there. I don't think slime is a verb, but that's what it looks like, so we're going to go with it. My whole thing about getting spoons dirty, we're going to go 2 tablespoons of milk. Really, make sure you follow the instructions that I put in my description if you're going to try and make this, because I don't want you to ruin my wonderful banana bread. I promise, when I make it right, it does taste real good. Also, Mom and Sam, if you're watching, sorry I ruined the banana bread. If I ruined it, and if I didn't, and I made it better, welcome! I know this is all we add before we have to mix it for a straight 2 minutes, which is why I always make it with a stand mixer and don't just mix it with my hand, because that's a lot of mixing. Okay, now I'm getting a little nervous because this batter definitely smells like wine, and that doesn't usually happen, so oops. I know that the eggs come next, as well as the last cup of flour, and I remember that it's 2 eggs because usually I double the recipe, and usually I fill both pockets of my little apron here with 2 eggs. So that's quite the way to remember it, but oh well. Again, scooping the flour, not spooning it, because that's how we always make it. And why change perfection unless you're trying to do the recipe out of memory? Alright, so then you're just going to mix that until it's all combined. Alright, the good news is it looks like the right consistency. The bad news is it still smells like wine. So I'm just going to keep making it. Alright, so then make sure you grease your pan. I'm just using baking spray, but you can use butter if you'd like. This is usually the point where I give the beater to my mom and she likes it, but she's not home, so sorry, Mom. Also, I guess maybe I shouldn't advocate eating raw eggs, but who am I to stop you from living your life? But don't blame me if you get sick. So usually I have some flour stuck on the sides of the bowl, so I just kind of give it one last mix with the spatula and then pour it into the bowl. And don't overfill the bowl because it will drip down the sides. Again, totally not speaking from experience. That's about all I'm going to do. That full. And then I'm actually going to fill some mason jars with it. This is my favorite way to eat banana bread, and I don't know why. I think it just looks kind of cute, so maybe that's it. But who knows? And then in case you feel like having a little fun or you like chocolate with your banana bread, dump some in. I'm only dumping it in the mason jars because I know my mom prefers it normally, and I think my brother does too because he likes putting Nutella on it when he eats it. Or peanut butter. So now we're just going to stick them in the oven for about 45 minutes and hopefully they'll be good. And you know they're good if you can stick a toothpick in the middle and they come out clean. So let's see. Okay, so we'll check back in 45 minutes, and now you should clean up all of the mess you made. Alright, quick update. I just looked at the recipe, and I will still type it in the comments below, but I figured I would read it out to you while I wait for everything to bake. So 2 cups of flour, I got that one right. 1 cup of sugar, I think I got that one right too. 2 teaspoons of baking powder. 1.5 teaspoons of baking soda, which I don't think I did. Maybe I did. Did I? 1/4 of a teaspoon of salt. I didn't measure that one, I just dumped it in. 1 cup of mashed bananas, and it says 2, and my family likes 3, so I did 3. 1/2 cup of butter, which is 1 stick. 3 tablespoons of milk. I think I did less than that. I think I did 2. And then 2 eggs, which I was right about that with my cute little anecdote about how I remember it. Let's see. Yeah. So, I guess I got it right. Sorry this was boring for you then. I'll let you know how they actually turn out with the tablespoon less of milk. I don't think it's gonna be that big of a difference, but we'll see, I guess. So thanks for that little interjection that I did, so why am I thanking you? But otherwise, I think that's it. Let me know what you think of this recipe, and let me know if you'd like me to bake something, and I will try. Originally, I was going to try and bake something that I've never made before, but then I remembered that I had to make banana bread. So yeah, I think that's it. So hopefully I'll catch you in my next video.